This dude. The story from last night, just before midnight, is as follows. Republican state lawmakers, which control both legislative chambers in the state, sent Senate Bill 300 to DeSantis's desk in order to bar the medical procedure after just 6 weeks of pregnancy before most people know they are pregnant. Wasting no time, the governor signed the bill just before midnight. Now, earlier this month, the bill passed in the Florida House of Representatives by a 70-40 vote on Thursday afternoon. The Florida Senate has a GOP majority. While the law will not go into effect immediately, the legislation is designed to replace an existing 2022 Florida law prohibiting abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy with a 6-week ban containing exceptions for victims of rape, incest, or human trafficking in cases of fatal fetal abnormalities or to save the pregnant person's life. The reaction is not good, obviously. Let's take a look. We got Lauren Book. Florida Republicans have now passed a dangerous abortion ban through both the House and the Senate, choosing to disregard the pleas of women and doctors entrusted with their care, including 2 mothers in my own district forced to the brink of death following miscarriages due to the state's current restrictive laws. Now, things will get much worse. Women have been stripped of their rights and access to life-saving healthcare. Women will undoubtedly die. This is not freedom. Put the mayor up, Mayor. We just go ahead and start and have this party right now. Abortion is a medical procedure, right? That's just it. And what these legislators don't understand is that them putting their religious take on this thing is not what they were supposed to do. But let me just go ahead and say this, being a Christian woman that I am, my mama was a preacher. My siblings and I went to church 8 days a week, and I was certainly taught in church. Put the mayor back up, please. Taught in church, that abortion is wrong, right? I served in the Ohio Senate. I never once legislated my religious belief. So let's put that in the parking lot. These fools did this in the dark of night, right? And they call themselves pro-life, but what they really are pro-birth. And if your baby is born in Florida, get ready, because the dictator governor there does not want these babies to learn about Black history. Hello, somebody. Okay, this governor here wants to control every educational apparatus in the state. So he wants to be governor, but he also wants to be the Secretary of Education. This governor right here will waste millions of dollars instead of investing those dollars in the needs of the people of that state to put migrants on a plane, on a damn plane, and send them to Martha's Vineyard. This is the kind of governor that Florida has. And man, we can keep enumerating. This fool right here is dangerous. He is they pro-birth, they not pro-life, because if they were pro-life, they'd make sure that the mamas and daddies of these babies had good jobs, that they could, feed their families, support their families. That's what somebody that cares about life would be doing. They just want to control women, control their bodies, control communities. The man is a dictator, as far as he's a dictator in the state of Florida, and he's going to run for president of the United States of America. And in my humble opinion, in my opinion, in my fiery, fierce opinion, I believe this dude is more dangerous than Donald J. Trump.
Hey, and anybody that don't believe with that statement you just made, that he's more dangerous than Donald J. Trump, don't understand politics. The reason Donald Trump was dangerous is because of his willingness to lie to the public and the public to buy into it. The reason DeSantis is more dangerous is he understands the political systems and how to do harm to people. When you say that these people are not pro-life, it is evident in how they show up on a daily basis. The idea that this law was passed in the shade of night, almost at midnight, is absolutely disgusting. It also reminds us that this idea of freedom of religion, the Republicans don't care about it. Because the fact that my freedom of religion should not impede on somebody else's religion. So there you go right there. You can't say that you care about freedom of religion when you're impeding or forcing my religion or your religion on other people. That is not freedom of religion. That is you trying to control the narrative. What's disgusting about this is these same pro-life people are trying to put in elevators and escalators to the death penalty. If you care about life, you care about life in all aspects of it. They don't. This is so scary to me because women, white women specifically, are supporting this person at rates higher than they're supporting candidates that are anti-abortion. Pro-abortion. And that to me is scary. When you're taking a women's choice at this manner, when we know women are taken care or almost ostracized at rates that are unmatched by any other demographic, we are saying to women that your life don't matter. Your lives don't matter as long as Republicans can have their freedom of religion, as long as people like DeSantis and Trump's and the entire Republican Party, because their refusal to stand up to this type of legislation is muted. It's muted, and we are all responsible for this when we don't fight against it. Democrats and Republicans alike.
That's it, man. I mean, they just want women barefoot and pregnant. But then they ain't gonna do nothing for the child when the child is here. They'd rather the child starve, not have universal meals in school. Mothers and fathers won't have good jobs. They'll have to work 5 jobs to make ends meet and then not be able to spend time with the children that they brought into the world. Abortion is a healthcare issue, and you don't have to be jumping up and down for it. You don't have to be pro it to understand that women's freedoms are being impeded here. And you know, the other point, this is supposed to be the party of less government and more freedom. They are showing themselves all over this country only to care about the type of freedom that they deem is okay. But other than that, they want big government. And especially in this case, they want government big enough or small enough, depending on how you look at it, to fit into a woman's womb. Also, this point right here, Mayor, a lot of times abortion is linked to economics. It's also linked to some health crisis or need that the woman may be having or that the fetus may be enduring at the time. And when you are so arrogant and so immoral that you would challenge what these doctors are saying, don't do this. And then in some states, they criminalize the doctor. The doctor can go to jail and face, prison time. And that puts a woman's life in jeopardy too. So now this dude is a medical doctor too now. So I mean, yeah, the Republicans, y'all complicit in this nonsense with this dude, and he doing all manner of things in Florida that we should never want to happen all across this country. I'm telling you, he must never become president